What will a potential purchaser consider to be excessive litigation in a building?
Well, litigation in general is a very broad topic, and so I think when the question comes up is what is considered excessive litigation, it's a question on how it's defined. To me, excessive litigation is one that you have infighting. That's shareholders suing boards, board members against board members. That would be considered, I guess, more on the excessive litigation front.
Well, excessive that would cause a buyer concern is if there were not resolutions to certain issues, if there was certain issues that kept on coming up during the course of a year or course of several years, litigations that never got resolved and that just got prolonged during a period of time. We counsel our boards to work with their counsels, to work with their insurance companies who will appoint counsel for those that litigations that are covered by liability in their D&O coverages, and to try to resolve first so that they don't get into a position where they're expending funds of the co-op or the condo, which could lend itself to buyers saying, well, the reserves are being used for maybe what they deem to be a frivolous lawsuit.
So how does a purchaser find out if there is litigation? Mostly through the minutes of the corporation or the condo. If they do find litigation, it's then what has the board done to address what's going on? Have they repaired? Have they hired an attorney? And based upon the findings, they can then make a decision that the co-op or condo is acting responsibly.
Typically, unfortunately, we live in such a litigious society that there's always going to be suits of trip and falls, contractor disputes, and whatnot, and those are all items that are obviously presented in both your minutes and your financial statements. A buyer coming in and reading those has to be comforted in knowing what it is exactly that he's buying into, because in the event that there is a settlement at some point, how is it going to be paid? Is there insurance funds? Will it be assessed to the various shareholders? And I think that it's very important for a board that they work very closely with their attorney and with their accountant on how they couch that note in being honest, but not as an alarmist in the financial statements, so that there is the typical everyday type of litigation that people should be aware of, and that there is insurance coverage, or that the building is in the right and defending itself in whatever it means.
So it's important for boards to look at the beginning, the middle, and end of the litigation process, see where it's going, see where it can be resolved, and seeing if there's a pattern. Maybe there's just, in a litigious society, maybe there are certain signs and trends that they should be concerned about. Things that they maybe want to look back and say, you know, I think we can try to resolve this issue rather than setting precedent.
Anyone can sue. It's really not that big of a concern if there is litigation, but the concern should be, what is the co-op or condo doing about it? How have they addressed the situation?